Hello my friends, it's Mihaela again from Punta Cana Estates. Today we have a special interview with an important guest, one of the best lawyers in Punta Cana area. His name is Joan Confidente. Hi Joan, thank you for accepting our interview.
Hi Mihaela, thank you very much for your invitation.
So today we want to talk about the most important things to know when acquiring a property in Punta Cana or in Dominican Republic. So let's start with some questions. The first one, are foreigners allowed to own properties in Dominican Republic? Do they need to be residents in order to do that?
Well, thank you very much for these questions, because those are the most common part of some of the most common questions that we always hear in our practice. And people are concerned, as foreigners, what are my rights when buying a property? Well, your rights as foreigner when you buy a property in the Dominican Republic is the same as a Dominican, meaning that you do not have to be resident in the Dominican Republic. You do not have to permanently live in the DR. You can always own a property here in the Dominican Republic without no need to become resident. And you will have the same rights and obligation as any Dominican.
Okay. Can a foreign company acquire a property in Dominican Republic? Or is it better to create a company here in Dominican Republic?
Yeah, well, definitely you are asking me very good questions, and those are definitely the most important question that people are always concerned. Some people, especially from the US and Canada, they're willing to put properties in foreign companies or trusts in order for them to put in a strategy in place of asset protection, or to make the process easier if eventually somebody passed away or something happens to a property owner. They want to facilitate the process for their heirs to come and take possession of their asset in the Dominican Republic. Now, this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to facilitate things to make it easier. However, my recommendation is, unless for a particular reason, it will be much better to create a company here in the Dominican Republic than incorporating your own company from the US or Canada. My recommendation will be create a company here in the DR if you definitely need to put your property in a company. However, the Dominican legislation offers benefit for owners who wants to put the property in their own name as an individual. So we always have to analyze every case is different, and we have to analyze them one by one and figure if it will be more beneficial for the buyer to put the property in the name of a company or in their personal name. So we always have to check it according to the situation of the buyer.
Okay, and let's talk about the buying process. How long does it take? How do you start?
Well, the purchase process will initiate with an offer or a letter of intent. The buyer will make his formal offer to purchase by offering the purchase price, the terms and conditions that he's offering to buy this property, and that is how the property will start. Once the offer is accepted by the seller, this is when us lawyer will start what we call the title search. And the title search consists in the research of the property, making sure that we check all the background of the property, the previous owner, and the history of the property, making sure that there is no liens, no outstanding taxes, or any mortgage inscription, in order to make sure that we can achieve the goal of transferring the property to the buyer's name free and clear. That will be the purchase process. Once we have completed this process, it's now time to formalize the contract, to formalize the agreement, the final contract, and finally transfer the property to the name of the buyers.
Okay. Are there any transfer taxes that our viewers need to know?
Yeah, definitely yes. When you buy a property in the Dominican Republic, there will be 3% transfer taxes. 3%, except when the property will have any tax exemption, but the transfer tax in the Dominican Republic will be 3% from the purchase price or the registered value, whichever is greatest of the two. Let's say you buy a property for 100,000. Your property tax are supposed to be 3%. But let's say that the property has been registered before for 150,000. Then now your property tax transfer taxes will be 3% based on the registered value, because the registered value is greatest than the purchase price. It's always the greatest of the two.
Okay, but you've mentioned some exemptions. What are we talking about? I know it's a special law in Dominican Republic. Can you tell us more?
Absolutely, yes. And this is the kind of things that people need to know, the exemptions. When you buy a property, let's say in a project, in a new project, new development that has Confotur. Confotur will be like a tax exemption programs that when you buy a property in some developments that they already are qualified for Confotur, then the 3% transfer taxes will be exempt. Along with the first 15 years property taxes will also be exempt. That is a great benefit. So meaning that buyers can, before they buy the property, they can ask the realtor, does that property has Confotur? Then if the property has Confotur, then you know that the 3% tax will be void, will not be payable.
Yes. So we have lots of projects with Confotur, so just ask and we can give you some good options to invest here in Dominican Republic. So what about the inheritance tax?
Well, and that is another thing, yes, that people ask very often. People wants to know, when I pass away, what will be the process? How does my kids or family will take over? The inherit tax will be 3% as well, 3%. And you asked me about the taxes, but also just to talk a little bit more about it, it is a pretty simple process that when somebody passes away, the kids or the family, the parents, they will come and demonstrate that they are the corresponding heirs through a birth certificate, through some specific document that they will prove that they are the next in line for inherit. And the tax will be 3% as well.
Okay, thank you. What are the payment methods that someone can use to acquire a property?
Yeah, when buying a property, the most common method for to pay the purchase price will be wire transfer. Wire transfer, certified check is also an option, but we always prefer the wire transfer is what we use the most here in the art.
Okay. Do a client need to be present in order to make a purchase?
That's a great question. I like that one because sometimes people say, hey, we do have electronic signature in the US, or we have electronic signature in Canada or Europe. Here in the Dominican Republic, we do not have electronic signature, meaning that the buyer needs to be present or have a power of attorney, either or. In order to be able to close on your property, you need to be present in the DR or need to have a power of attorney.
Okay, so a power of attorney will solve that problem in case our client cannot make the journey here.
Absolutely, yes. The power of attorney will be the solution when you cannot come to the Dominican Republic for the closing. When do I do this power of attorney? So I recommend that when you come to the Dominican Republic, that you go around, you do your tour. If you already know what property you will buy, then I recommend that at that moment, we should also draft the power of attorney and get it formalized before going back home. However, if let's say I haven't been to the Dominican Republic, I was a sightseeing, I checked my property online, there is no problem, we can always get your power of attorney ready without you having to come to the Dominican Republic to just do the power of attorney. So we can always get the power of attorney done, either if buyer has been in the Dominican Republic or not. We can always get it done.
Yes, it's important for our viewers to know that now with COVID situation, we have options for every situation you might find yourself. So you can buy without coming here right now. we'll talk more about this in future presentations. So let's get back to our interview. What documents do I need to acquire a property in Dominican Republic?
Yeah, when I'm buying, if I'm the buyer, the document that I will need is just my passport and driver's license. And I want to say driver's license, but it might be any official photo ID. Any official photo ID. When a foreigner wants to buy in the Dominican Republic, 2 documents are requested. One of them has to be the actual passport plus any official photo ID. When it comes to the seller, then sellers need to keep in mind that the title will be needed, the original title will be needed at the closing, along with the same document, copy of the passport and copy of the driver's license or any official photo ID. Those are the necessary documents to close, and it's important to know that when you buy a property, if your documents on title are not the same than your actual document, then you please need to make sure that you send us a copy of the documents on title. That will facilitate the process a lot.
Okay. And our next question, can a foreigner apply for a loan?
Yes, the answer is yes. The bank system in the Dominican Republic, most of the banks are working with foreigners right now. They will definitely do credit check, but the answer is yes. You can apply for a loan in the Dominican Republic to buy a property being a foreigner.
Okay. And why would you need a lawyer to make a purchase?
I like this question.
And
Well,
you need, and why?
Well, definitely yes. We highly recommend when buying a property to get the service of a real estate lawyer. Not only a lawyer, but a real estate lawyer. There are lots of things that we need to check before you buy this property. We need to check the property background. We need to make sure that the property is free and clear. We need to see that all the documents provided for the closing, number one, that the documents are correct, that the provisions on the contract are correct. So as a lawyer, our job will be to guarantee that the property will be transferred to your name, that your transaction will be successfully, and it takes a level of expertise to do so. And lawyers, real estate lawyers, are the right person to perform the title search and to guarantee your investment when buying a property.
Okay, and now can you please tell us a few words about your law firm?
Definitely yes. Well, my law firm is called Confidente Cueto. I'm one of the co-founder of Confidente Cueto, and we do real estate and accounting. Real estate, we have a legal department and an accounting department. We've been in the area for the last 11 years. In Punta Cana, we have one office right by the airport in Punta Cana Village, and the other office is in Bávaro by the hotel area.
So you cover all Punta Cana?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And most importantly, we cover all the needs of any real estate investor. If the reason that we have an accounting department is when buying a property, there will be some accounting service, tax questions, and we have an accounting department for all the questions that will be related to taxes, not only for real estate property, but also for business and any kind of transaction that any buyer or foreign investor might be interested to do in the DR.
And this includes residence?
We do immigration as well, basically for our clients. We do not promote it, but if one of our clients is interested to become resident, we help them with that process as well.
Okay. So that's it for today. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all that info, very important. And I hope to see you soon in another video. Thank you. Bye.